Good evening, children. So, today we are going to discuss our last topic, that is cell division. Okay, the last topic of this lesson is cell division. So, till now we have discussed about the cell, what is cell, how it functions, everything, right? So, before going to cell division, we need to know certain important facts. Like, we all know that living organisms are made up of cell, right? So, every living organism, in order to continue their life, in order to maintain their species, in order to maintain their generation, they need to undergo the process of reproduction. Okay, reproduction is nothing but it is a process by which the living organisms give rise to the organisms of their own kind, that is giving rise to their offsprings. Okay, now what is reproduction, how it takes place? Reproduction takes place by the division and replication of the cells. You know that every living organism is made up of cell. So when these cell undergo the process of division, that means they divide, and they replicate, means increase in their number, then it is known as reproduction. Okay, now since the cells undergo this process of division and replication, what will happen? It will lead to the growth and multiplication of the cells. Now since the cells are dividing, so they will undergo the process of multiplication. That means the cells will, from 2 to it will become 4, from 4 to it will become 8, like that. Okay, it will keep on doubling its number, so it will multiply in number, right? And this is being performed by the process of cell division. Okay, so in general words we can say that the process by which the cells divide and form new cells is called cell division. So we have seen that living organisms, in order to continue their generation and their life, they need to reproduce, right? Reproduction is nothing but it is the process by which the living organisms give birth to their young ones. Okay, and what does it involve? It involves the division and replication of the cells. And since the cells are dividing and undergoing the process of replication, it will leads to the growth of the living organisms. Okay, fine. In the previous discussions, we have seen that based on the number of cells, there are two types of organisms: unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms, right? So now we will see that in unicellular organisms, how the cell division takes place. Okay, so we have taken an example of amoeba. You know, amoeba is a single celled organism, right? It is having only single cell, and it performs all the activities with the help of this single cell. So this is an amoeba. You can see it is the nucleus, this is the cytoplasm, and these are the food vacuoles it is having, right? So this is the mother cell, isn't it? Because this cell, when it divides, when it undergoes the process of cell division, it is giving rise to the two daughter cells. You can see those two daughter amoeba, right? So when this since this is the old cell, parent cell, this parent cell, when it divides, it is producing two same types of identical daughter cells of amoeba, right, by the process of cell division. Okay, but in multicellular organisms, since you know that multicellular means the organism's body is made up of more than two cells. Okay, so what happens? But you will surprised to know that multicellular organism have also arised from a single cell, and that single cell is known as zygote. When you will go to higher classes, you will come to know that we all multicellular organisms have developed from a zygote. Zygote is nothing but it is all a single celled structure. Okay, now when zygote undergoes cell division, it will keep on dividing, it will form an embryo, and embryo will again keep on dividing in its structure, and it will form an adult. Now adult is made up of million or trillion of cells, trillion of cells. So this is how. So cell division takes place in unicellular organisms, in which the cells divides to form two daughter nucleus. In multicellular organisms also, the organisms comes from a single cell, which is known as zygote. Zygote undergoes the cell division to form embryo, and embryo undergoes further cell division to form adult, which is made up of million or trillion of cells. Okay, so this is about how the division taking place in unicellular and multicellular organisms, right? So we can say that first of all, we have seen that cell division is not only necessary for reproduction, but we can also say that it is important for the animals to multiply their offsprings or to multiply in their own number. Second, apart from that, we can also say that new cells are formed in organisms in order to help in growth. Once the living organism has been reproduced, right, have been formed, they undergo the process of growth also. They need to increase in their size, shape, so that is known as growth. So not only reproduction, we can also say that new cells, cell division is important for the new cells for their growth purpose. Okay, then we can also say that cell division is important to replace old, dead and injured cells, the cells which are old, the cells which are dead and the cells which are all injured, to replace all those cells by the process of repair and regeneration. Okay, we need cell division. For example, dead, when you know RBC, red blood cells. So RBCs are such cells which die after about 120 days. After every 120 days, the RBC, red blood cells, die after every 120 days, right? So it doesn't means that all the cells will die. It needs to keep on reproducing. So by the process of cell division, this RBC keeps on forming from the bone marrow. When you will go to higher classes, you will learn that we get RBC from bone marrow. So in the bone marrow, the cells keep on undergoing the cell division and they make RBCs, right? Not only that, whenever any cell is injured, right, then also it needs to be replaced, right? Suppose when you talk about a lizard, so when you touch its tail, it gets off from its body. So the cells of the tail again regenerates by the process of regeneration. So cell division is also important to replace old, dead and injured cells of the body of the living organisms by the process of repair and regeneration. Okay, and we have all learned here that the most important thing is that it needs for reproduction. Every organism's main motto of the life is to increase its number, right, to increase its species. So the most important function is reproduction. So this cell division is important for growth and development, you can say, to replace old, dead and injured cells of the body of the living organisms. And thirdly, or the most important part, is it helps in reproduction. Okay, how? By the formation of gametes. When you will go to higher classes, you will learn that male is having a gamete which is known as sperm, and in female, gamete is found which is known as egg or ovum. So these gametes are being produced by the living organisms by this process of cell division, right? So in one word, we can say that the process by which new cells are formed is known as cell division. Okay, cell you all know, and division means to divide. So when the cell divides to form new cells, then this process is said to be cell division. Okay, so now we will see that cell division are of two types. Cell division is nothing but adult cell, the cell which is already matured and is ready to divide. That adult cell divides into two daughter cells. Generally, all the cells divides to form two daughter. Daughter means they both look alike. Okay, so they will form two daughter cells. So cell division is generally of two types. The first one is mitosis, and the other one is meiosis. The first one is mitosis and the second one is meiosis. The first type of cell division is mitosis and the second type of cell division is meiosis. Okay, now what is mitosis? Mitosis means cell division that results in two daughter cells, each having same number of chromosomes as the present parent cell. You know that all cells arise from a cell, right? So that cell which is going to divide is known as parent cell. We can call it as parent cell. Okay, so when the cells divide, and it will form two daughter cells. How many? Two. When it forms two daughter cells, and both the daughter cells are having same number of chromosomes, then that type of division is known as mitosis. Okay, it means that suppose the parent is having two chromosomes. That means the daughter will also have two chromosomes. That means same number of chromosomes as in the parent. Okay, Secondly, it takes place in somatic cells. Somatic cells means body cells, the cells which are found in the body, right? Those are known as somatic cells. So this mitosis generally takes place in the somatic cells. Thirdly, we can say that it is also known as equational division. Equation means what? Equal. You have seen, I have told you already, that the parent cell, suppose it has 2 chromosomes. So those 2 daughter cells each will be having 2 chromosomes. That means the number of chromosome is similar and same as it is in the parent cell. So this type of division is known as equational division. That means the division which will be equal even after the division, since the chromosome number is same. And lastly, what is its function? It's why it is needed. Mitosis is needed. Mitosis is needed because it helps in growth and repair, isn't it? We need the same type of cell which is being injured or dead. So to produce the same kind of cell or to increase in size, we need mitosis to occur. So generally it is associated with the growth and repair of the cell's function. Okay. And I have told you the second type of division is meiosis. Okay. Meiosis is nothing but the cell division that involves 2 rounds of division. Means here only one time it is dividing, but here one it will divide, it will form 2 cells. This is first division. Okay. Again this second cell will divide, again it will divide, this is second division, it will form 2 cells. Again this will divide, this is second division, it will form 2 cells. Okay. So altogether 1, 2, 3, 4 cells are produced. So the cell division that involves 2 rounds. First round in which 2 cells are produced. In the second round another 2 cells will be produced from each cell. Divides that results in 4 cells. How many cells you can see here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cells with only 1 copy of chromosome. That means if the parent is having 2 chromosomes, then each cell will have 1 chromosome. Each cell will have how many chromosomes? 1 chromosome. That means the chromosome number is half. Suppose parent is having 2 chromosomes, but the daughter cells will have only 1 chromosomes, right? So we can say that it takes place in reproductive cells. Reproductive cells means the cells which help in reproduction. From the name itself, reproductive means that helps in reproduction. Like sperm, as I have already told you, in male, and ovum in females, right? They have half number of chromosomes. Okay. Since they give rise to half number of chromosomes in a cell, so it is known as reductional division. Reduction means half. Reduced, it is being reduced to in number, so it is known as reductional division. And finally, since since the name, you can see they are giving rise to the 4 number of cells, it is reducing the chromosome number, so we can say that they helps in reproduction, thus giving rise to the offspring. Okay. So there are basically 2 types of division, mitosis and meiosis. In general words, mitosis is equational division because it gives the rise to the cells which are having same number of chromosomes as present in the parent. But in meiosis, it gives rise to the daughter cells which are having half number of chromosomes as in the parent. Then you can say that in mitosis 2 daughter cells are produced, right? But here how many? 4 daughter cells are produced, right? They generally takes part in somatic, that is body cells, and they generally take place in reproductive cells. Okay. Here I have shown you one diagram. Here you can see that suppose you must be knowing, or you must know that suppose if we take the example of human beings. In human beings, 23 pairs of chromosome is found. How many pairs? I have told you in the previous classes that nucleus is having chromosome. Chromosome is nothing but it is having DNA. So in the nucleus, how many chromosomes are present in human beings? 23 pairs. 23 pairs means how many number? 23 into 2. 1 pair means 2 chromosome. So 23 pair means 46 chromosomes are present in our body, in human beings, because every living organism is having different number of chromosomes in their nucleus. So suppose we have taken a human cell. So in human cell, how many chromosomes are number is there? 46. So in mitosis, this is mitosis, right? So in mitosis, what happens? 46 chromosomes are present, for this cell, when it will divide, it will give rise to how many daughter cells? 2 daughter cells, as we have seen now, and each cell will be having 46 number of chromosomes as it is in the parent, right? But in case of meiosis, you will see this is meiosis, right? In case of meiosis, you will see that first 46 number of chromosomes, when it will divide, it will form 2 daughter cells. Those 2 will have half number of chromosomes. This is 20, its half will be 23. So 23 in one, 23 in another. This is first division. When it will go under second division, then again this 23 will become, it will give rise to 2 daughter cells. So 2 daughter cells will containing 23 each. This cell will also undergo division. It will form second division and will form 23 2 daughter cells containing chromosome, right? So we can see that 23, this is the half the number of chromosome present in the parents. This division is meiosis, and this is the reductional division, right? And in meiosis, 2 consecutive divisions takes place. Here only one is taking place, only first division. So this is the difference between mitosis and meiosis. So we have seen that cell division is the process by which the new cells are formed. They are generally important for reproduction purpose. Apart from reproduction, it also helps in growth and development and for the replacement of the old and injured and worn out cells. Then there are 2 type of divisions, mitosis and meiosis. Okay, mitosis involves only one division and it is having equal number of chromosomes, that is in the daughter cells, and here it is having half number of chromosomes in the daughter cells and 4 cells are produced. Okay, I hope you must have enjoyed. Thank you.